LGBTQ 1 Minute News, let's queer up health. Support, not identity, shapes LGBTQ youth mental health. Being LGBTQ plus does not cause mental health problems, but rejection, bullying, discrimination, and violence put queer kids at higher risk for depression, anxiety, and suicide. A 2024 poll by the Trevor Project found 90% of LGBTQ plus youth say recent politics harmed their well-being. 66% reported anxiety, 53% depression, and 39% seriously considered suicide. Experts say stress tied to stigma is near universal risk factor, but protective factors save lives. The strongest is unconditional family support, which the Trevor Project found can out suicide risk nearly in half. Supportive schools affirming healthcare, respecting names and pronouns, and trusted adults also make a critical difference. Acceptance doesn't just help LGBTQ plus kids survive, it helps them thrive. You know, we at the table, we've done a lot of stories on the Trevor Project, which I love. I love the data.
The Trevor Project.
And the data is consistent year after year after. I mean, the numbers are still increasing. And it's staggering. It's just like we, as a community, as people who may be involved with kids, thank God there are people out there that really care and they really want to reach out to those kids and help them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I hope that it's trickling back into the homes as well, because we all have family members who will use the excuse of being from a different generation, that's just too tough for me to get in my mind. I know that I've got them out there. You need to do the work so that your family feels safe around you and you save their life, maybe even unintentionally. I took this quote that one from the Trevor Project, and it just says that this is from their identity didn't want to be on the air, but they said that the Trevor Project saved my life, and now it's losing millions of dollars in federal funding thanks to Trump. And I just feel like that testimonial right there is so much more powerful than anyone even knows. The Trevor Project every day is saving lives.
Well, and I hope they can survive whatever cuts are coming, whatever donations are not coming, because we're really lucky to have them.
We really are.
And I just want to say, you know, supporting LGBTQ plus youth doesn't always mean shouting from the rooftops. It could just mean being in close proximity and listening and just resonating with a person. It doesn't mean you have to share your experiences. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to, you know, I never get personal with students, but it just means being there and not feeling like you're giving off an ick factor when they want to talk to you about something. You know, you keep it appropriate, you listen, and you talk in, you know, age-appropriate ways, in developmentally sound ways, and you let them know that you are a trusted adult. And I think that is, I think that's gold for students, you know. So too bad here in the state of Florida, we cannot, you know, say we support gay rights, all of that. But I think students can feel it when they know that there's a teacher there, just by the way that the teacher takes a stand, you know, just in terms of standing in front of the classroom. And you should see some of the outfits that I wear. They're all school appropriate, but they're very Parisian art teacher, you know.
I mean, if we're going off what you're wearing right now, you know, I mean, you don't even have to explain yourself.
Exactly. So I don't have to explain myself because I'm just being me. So, and I think that it gives students the permission to be themselves as well.
Yes, but let's push Florida to do better.
Please do better.
That is an LGBTQ 1 Minute News Story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.